Hello, Moral, and welcome to Speaking of Everything. I have a very interesting guest in the program. Been here many times, but the first time in this new location, and it's an honor to have him. It's amazing because I remember the morning I woke up and I heard the song that blew away the entire island of St. Maarten. I was speaking about the man himself, Mr. Fish. Aaron, how you doing, sir? Mega Boss Fish.
Greetings to you and greetings to the viewers. I'm doing good.
Well, it's good to have you on the program, Mr. Arundel, because it's unbelievable. You know, we talk about you a lot as Fish, the Mega Boss, a Calypsonian in St. Maarten with lyrics that are unbelievable. You're now the 2024 Calypso King again for what, the sixth time?
This is sixth time, yes.
Wow. Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
But I gotta ask you about this one because, it was so timely.
Yeah, correct. Again, like I said, when I write my calypsos, I write what the people tell me they want to hear.
Uh-huh.
I don't write what I want to write because I'm writing it. I could listen and I hear what the people are asking for, and I went in that direction with both songs.
Wow. And you really satisfy the people.
Oh, definitely. I'm a crowd pleaser.
Who came closest to you that night?
That was first run-up. I think there was like an 18 points difference. So.
Wow, a big difference.
Yeah. So it wasn't really no close margins and whatnot.
And you really blew away the people in the village.
Oh, yeah. The people came there for that. I promoted the two songs well. The first song, I released it, I think, about 4 days before the competition.
Uh-huh.
I released 4 tires. And the second song, it was one verse I think I did on Newsline 13 with Steven Cirillion.
Oh, okay.
So it was being played and promoted that I'm coming in this direction. And once people heard that, the rest was history.
The one with the 4 tires.
Yes, that's the one. I bought these 4 new tires. It's actually a triple entendre. Because it has in social commentary, political commentary, and humor. Because I'm telling the people, I'm tired singing about politics and politicians who's involved in racket, but at the same time, I'm still telling you about them. And then I'm using I went out. I have my own problems now to solve, because I bought these 4 brand new tires, but the brand of the tires is a brand called Falcon, Falken. So I got up the next morning. And I said, when I wake up, I went to bed. And when I rise up the next morning, my 4 tires missing. So I gone to the police station to give information and give them a description. And I told the police asked me the name of the tires. I said, a Falcon brand. And I show him the receipt in my hand. I said, the police put down his pen. He watched me and tell me, he said, repeat yourself again. I said, well, as man, I didn't feel shame. I watched the police and I started crying. Boy, my 4 Falcon tires gone. Look how my 4 Falcon tires gone. Lord, my 4 Falcon tires gone. All 4 Falcon tires gone. But even though I give police a description, they can't find my Falcon tires on a 37 square miles island. Look, they can't find 4 Falcon tires. So, again, the crowd took it very well, because these are the type of calypsos that you rarely would hear, or you would rarely hear someone create, and I did it. I pull off a triple entendre.
Really traditional too.
Yeah.
Going back to the old school of Calypso.
Yes. I always stay along the guidelines. And what everybody wants to talk about, we got modernized Calypso. Calypso has been modernized already.
Yeah.
It has been modernized already, but you always have to have the roots. It's got to have the roots, Yeah. A tree without roots will fall over.
It's amazing because you really distinguish yourself from most of the other Calypsonians. It brings me back to the year when Fix with
Timo with the Vix, the double entendre, yes.
Yeah. In a different context, but still,
Yes, it's a double meaning.
Yeah.
Traditional. There's so many things you can do when you know how to play with words. You know, and I say I've mastered that artistry right now to such a level now. My brain is going 24 hours. If I see things going, sometimes I'm children to say to me, Daddy, stop now. This isn't no joke. You know, cut it out now, you know. Stop it. Okay, we're serious now, Daddy. I'm like, okay, I'm serious too. But your brain, you're supposed to look at things outside of the box. You can't think inside of the box all the time, because you got to be able to move what's in front of you to a next level. Don't keep it on the same shelf all the time. Move it up.
Right.
And that's what I've been doing with the Calypso.
Well, I mean, you've put yourself in history in St. Maarten when it comes to lyrics and what you've been doing. But this is not the first time you had such great songs.
No, that's what I tell you. I've been striving towards this for a long time, because again, St. Maarten people are strange, you know. You could cook callaloo and saltfish, give them, but you got to put some kind of seasoning in there that they're gonna say, it tastes better than when you cook it last time. You know, so you have to be able to do that with the Calypso. And I've done that based on the fact I'm blessed and I'm humble. You know, I don't be arrogant to fly in God's face or to fly in people's face to say, oh, I'm the best at what I do. You know, pull open my shirt, there's a big S on my chest because I'm Superman. No.
Well, you know,
humble.
You know, there's a time and place for everyone, and I think right now you hold that spot in St. Maarten and for quite a while, and people love you. They look forward to you all the time.
Definitely.
You know, and I think you're a genius when it comes to how you put those lyrics together, man.
Correct. You have, again, like I said, you can't keep giving the people the same food all the time.
Yeah.
You got to be able to switch up. It's like you're a batter. You can't be swinging at the high balls all the time, and you can't be fouling balls all the time. You got to be able to figure out how to, switch up the hitting.
Yeah.
You know, you're either gonna pinch hit, you're gonna bunt, you're gonna swing hard or what. And I've been able to do that. I've been able to do that because, again, of the people.
Yeah.
Of the people. Constructive criticism has made me better.
And you know, when you look at that song, the 4 Falcon Tires,
yes,
you have a 4-party coalition.
People thought it was about the government. I was laughing. I was saying, no. I really ain't counting how much of them making up the government. I know it's a whole set of them in there, but I never really checked who was making up what or who was doing what. But the names that I use in there was still workable. Because we all know what went on during the election, you know. So I'm out there catching lift, and I called Baker Jr. to give me a ride to reach Sandy Ground. Tell me you don't have no gas in the car. But I say, in my moment of desperation, I catch a lift with Rolando Bryson.
Wow.
Now, it ain't a lift I wanted to catch. So it happened because my Falcon tire's gone, the 4 Falcon tire's gone. Now the next bus I went down for, I tell him, in the car with Rolando, he started to talk about the election outcome. I tried to change the conversation, but he continues, I had no other option, you know. He started talking about Bijlani, Grisha Maarten, and Omar Otley. He said how the 3 of them make sure he lose the UP party. And then he turned to me and said, boy, I hope to you stay in jail with them bed box and mash up your tail. So it's a story I'm giving you. Whether it's factual or fictional, you have to distinguish that. But I said, that's Calypso. That's the art form.
But it's beautifully put together.
Oh, yeah. I have to tell a story. I have to tell a story.
And the name of those tires, some people have to think hard because
they don't know the brand, but it's a brand that exists. Falcon, Falken. It's a well-known brand.
Now you see, people got their minds.
When your mind in a gutter, you will go one time straight to it'd be like, he's saying this or he's saying that, you know. But the creativity in it is these tires, the name of the tires. I had the tires, and this is the brand I'm looking for. And then in the last verse, I tell them a Chinese man try help me. because he didn't have a Falcon brand, but he tried to sell me another brand named Long Lolly. so he play with words.
A person was telling me, boy, he said, every politician will make sure they're friends with fish.
Not all of them. Not all of them, but I know some of them before they got into politics. They respect me. I respect everybody.
Yeah.
No matter age, size, sex, creed, or whatever. I respect everybody. But again, I told the politicians the job that I have is a precarious one. I am supposed to be neutral with everything that I do. I can't stand up and say that, oh, this politician is my friend, I shouldn't say this while he's causing strife to the country and to the people. I can't do that. Then I would be part of that criminal organization or whatever it is that's taking place. I highlight. I make sure that the public understand what's going on in a Calypso. I help them to see more clearer, because there are certain things media houses does not print or they would not put out there. They will try to avoid it because of I've noticed a lot of them want to get ads from certain thing, and they will tell you, oh, I got to go over there, go eat it. Go ahead, eat. I'm not stopping you from eating. I have to eat too. I have to eat too. But people don't know the amount of bread that was taken out of my mouth and my children's mouth, my family, because of this thing called Calypso.
You paid a price too?
I paid a lot. I paid a price.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I told people in this lifetime, what belongs to you, man like yourself cannot take from you.
Yeah.
So they can do you a lot of things, but at the end of the day, when that time come, it come. They cannot do nothing more.
Yeah.
He don't exist no more. My father sang a song called Man's Desire.
I was just thinking about your father.
Yeah.
Come to ask you about it.
He sang a song called Man's Desire. And in that song, he said he will conquer the whole world and gain everything that he want by destroying another man. But when his time come, it come. He could run, hide under the bed. It's going to find him. It's going to find him. There's a book, when I was a child, I read it called 3 Men Looking for Death.
Yeah.
They didn't know, they thought death was a person. But you have to read this book. The name of it is 3 Men Looking for Death. I think it's under the Caribbean Readers or West Indian Readers. It was a school book. And when I read that book, it makes you understand the level of which people will go to find what they're looking for. They're looking for death. They saw an old man under the tree. They asked him if he's dead. He said, I'm waiting for the same person. I'm waiting for the same person. But you need to read the book to understand exactly what's going on. Those kind of books, I read them.
Yeah.
I've read them.
No, I was thinking because your father was a great Calypsonian.
Oh, yeah.
But people say, boy, you've gone a step higher.
Lyrically, vocally, man, I can't match him. I can't match him. He was one of the greats. He was one of the best.
It's the whole family band he was.
Yes, the San Fernando Boys. The San Fernando Boys. All brothers. And the father brought them from nothing to where they were and what they were. Mother also, because she played a part also in their raising. Also, and people used to say, how much of them it was? I said 15. There were 11 boys and 5 girls.
That's a huge family.
Yeah. My grandfather had a lot of time on his hands. Yes, and he did a good job. He did a good job along with my grandfather, and they, again, my father also did a good job because I was raised in a house with a mother and a father. I wasn't raised just by a mother or just by a father, and I was raised by grandparents also. So there's a lot that was instilled in me that has me with the values that I have today. That's why I tell people on the street, my grandmother tell me I got to take care of myself, and she would talk to me a lot. I really used to enjoy speaking to my grandparents. I would make it my business to come down with my grandfather on Saturdays, sit down and start to talk with him because I realized the information that he has, I need to get it. I need to get it from him. But how do I get it from him? Visit him.
Oh.
Visit him, and he will start to tell me exactly what's going on and whatnot. I enjoy that. And he looked at me one day. He said, "Do you know how to talk?" I was 13 years old. I said, "Yes." He said, "No. Do you know how to talk to people?" I said, "How you mean?" He said, "You have to be able to talk to defend yourself and be able to hold a conversation." And I went home and I said, "But I'm talking, what does he mean?" I went back the other Saturday by him. He said, "Do you know how to talk?" I said, "I think so." And he said, "How would you talk concerning so and so?" And I tell him, he said, "No." He said, "That's not talking." He said, "Talking is able to defend yourself verbally and hold a conversation that's going to grab the attention of the one you're talking to." And he tell me, he say, "If you're going to do something, make sure you do it good. Otherwise, leave it alone for somebody else to do," because he said, "People are going to talk you bad, whether you like it, yes or not." He said, "But when you do it good, you're going to have one or two, they're going to stand up and say, 'Hey, no, he did it well. Look at this.'" And he was correct.
No, that was very good advice, man.
Yeah, he was correct. And I took the advice.
Yeah.
I took the advice. Every book I saw, I opened it and I read it. My grandmother had a shelf of Encyclopedia Britannica. I tear down the whole shelf and read it because I had no computer. So every day I come from school, I go in her hall. You know these old women, they want you in the hall and they chanting. And I would time my man, she go sleep around 4. Around 4 o'clock. And she gets up at 5 to start to make dinner. And when I talking dinner, you're talking, she has like 12, 11 grandchildren in the house, including her nephews and nieces. And when she cook, you're talking about one of these big pot, and she's making the rice and peas. She has a cold pot. So you ever taste rice and peas cooked on a cold pot?
Oh boy, it's amazing.
It's more than amazing. I try to replicate what she was doing. And for the love of God, I can't get to do. It can't come close and things. So my mother tell I even went and get a cold pot. But she was a great lady. And a lot of the things that is in me now, it has been instilled by her. She looked at me one day, she said, "You have homework?" I said, "Yes, grandmother." She said, "Make sure you do it before you turn off and go on the road." She said, "Put a time into your homework." She said, "Your grandmother didn't went to school properly." She said, "The little that I have, I do my best with it to raise your mother and your aunt and your uncles." But she said, "You make sure, do your best and make sure." And it kept ringing in my head. I went to school. I passed top of my class. Every class I make sure kept the level up. I was top of every class I went into. And Alvin Rumbley was my principal.
At Milton Peters?
Yeah, at Milton Peters. And a couple of years back, he saw me. He would look at me and he's watching me. I said, "Something wrong?" He said, "Man," he said, "you don't even know what's wrong." He said, "You're so brilliant." He said, "You don't even," he said, "I expected you to go tear down universities." I said, "Think all of us want to do that." I'm doing exactly what I want to do, and I'm on a university level. I have my own university going on. I have my own university going on. So some people think that you have to go get your education, but you can educate yourself by showing the initiative to doing things what gonna make you go forward. Gang lifing will make you go forward. Smoking weeding will make you go forward. Take pride in what you do with yourself.
Right.
And that's what I try to explain to young people. A lot of young people come tell me, "I want you to write a Calypso for me." I say, "I don't write Calypso for people so easily. I will direct you on how to go fish to catch a fish and how to tie your hook so you don't lose your hook.
Right.
But I'm not going to go fishing for you and take my fish and give it to you." People ask me, "Why you don't write for this one? Why you don't?" I say, it's not necessary. When you end up with that, look what we have in Trinidad now going on with the Calypso is concerned. You have where everybody, you got like in the competition, you got 8 competitors, with 8 songs from the same writer. So where you're really going, there are not much of them that's writing their own songs like the older fellas in them. So you're getting one set of callaloo mix up that has one flavor to it. It come out blend.
Yeah.
Either one forget to put salt, or you put too much salt in the pot. So you're dealing with one writer, and that one writer is about the money. It's about the money. So you're singing his values, and he expects to get paid from that.
Exactly.
You know, I on the other hand, though, I'm writing, and I'm writing from here.
Makes
Yeah.
a big difference.
A big difference, way big difference. And when I sit down and I put a song together, a couple years back I sang a song called Unpatriotic. King Arrow was alive. And King Arrow looked at me. Me and Arrow was very good friends. I admired Arrow from a little boy because Arrow had a song called Super Bad. And I loved that song.
Which
You
one
know,
the arrow? 'Cause
King Arrow from actually Errol Dolphin.
Oh, from St. Kitts.
From St. Kitts, yeah. But he had a song called They Call Me Titan, Too Bad to Be Human, Like Steel I'm extra, Too hard to handle and impossible. They call me Super Bad. And I loved that song as a child, and I would listen to that song. Learn the words, I even wrote the song over. As a child, I wrote the song over to see how we formatted it.
Yeah, he
You
was
know?
good too.
Yeah, he was excellent. And when I sang that song Unpatriotic, Arrow looked at me, he said, my God, Fish, he said, he got fellas in Trinidad would die to get a hand on that song you got there. He said, I myself would wish I had written that song. He said,
That come from a man like him.
from a man like Arrow. But Arrow was always fair with me.
Yeah.
That's why I respected him. When a lot of people were criticizing me and trying to put me down, Arrow told them, he said, no. He said, this young man is going to be on a different level. He said, I could hear what he's doing. And so said, so done.
Yeah.
And I love him for that.
And you see, he was the kind of guy who really understood Calypso in the traditional context.
Correct. You know.
Which you're doing.
Which I'm doing and which I did. And then I run into Mr. Clarence Darby. You know, Clarence taller than me.
He wrote for a lot of guys.
Yeah.
Right.
So he hugged me. So my head is resting in Clarence's chest now. Like, what Clarence pushing my head in his chest for? You know. But no, he looked at me and he hold me and said, Fish, you have arrived in terms of writing. He said, you don't even realize it. You have arrived in such a way, he said, it's like you pull out all the stops, you arrive in a private jet, there's a limousine waiting for you, and you come out and the crowd is there waiting for you. I watch, I listen, I say, oh, okay. But to me, it's like, okay, this is what I do. But I never really, how you say, measure the scope of it. I never really measure the scope of it to say, hey, this is big, it's grand. And one day I was speaking to Junior Lake, Jose Lake Jr. And he looked at me, he said, Fish, you are doing this thing so easily and so natural. He said, a lot of people look at you and think that you're showing off. He said, but you're not showing off. He said, it's a gift that you have, and he said, those who understand will understand what you're doing. He said, you yourself don't understand what you have because you're so humble, it ain't gone to your head to say that you do this, you do that. Listen, I've been to places when people come up and they say, some people walk up and they, you fish? I mean, in other countries. I say, yeah. Oh my God, you don't understand. I said, yeah. You know, I went into a restaurant and I was really uncomfortable with the guy who was looking at me because I said maybe something I sang he don't like. But the man is looking at me like this from this side of this side of this. So I come and do so. He didn't respond back, but he's just staring at me like with his blank stare. Then he leave from where he is, he come around. So I'm sitting at this side, I look at him, I say good night. He said, good night. You're the Calypsonian Fish. So I look, I said, yes. But the way how he was looking, I was afraid to tell him yes because I know what he was planning to do. He said, you Fish the boss? I said, yeah. He said, oh God, hold on. I got to get my wife and the children out of the car. And the man went like, your whole family bring. And then the Chinese. It's then at that moment I sit down and I say, this is a different level.
No, it's amazing.
You know, this is a different level.
Yeah.
I'm walking on the side of the road, fixing a cable for a telephone cable. A lady pulled up with her son in the car. She come up with him with his uniform on. She said, he listens to your music. He wanted me to wipe my hand. I came out the hole. I shook his hand. I say, you listen to your mother when she talked to you? He said, yes, sir. I say, you listen to the teacher too? He said, yes, sir. I said, make sure you do that. And I said, pay attention in the class. I say, don't leave nobody think they're smarter than you. He watched me. He watched his mother. He said, I could give her a hug. I said, sure. So I put my hand back. I had some grease on my hand. So I said, go ahead, hug me. And he hugged me. And the mother met me after. She said, that day, when you tell he all of that and he hugged you, she said, you made his life so good. I think he's somewhere up in Holland or somewhere now.
I always remember that.
Yeah. You know, I took a picture with a young lady, and when I was in Anguilla, she was maybe about 11 or 12, I can't remember. And one day I said this lady and tell him, she's walking, tell her, she said to me, you don't remember me? I said, not quite. She said, okay, I'll come see you tomorrow. The following day, she come, she showed me the picture. I said, you're the little girl from Anguilla? She said, yeah, that was 2003. She said, yes. I said, my God, I said, you're a big woman now. You know, but it shows you how things evolve. And when you got have young people looking up to you and talking about Calypso, it gives you great pleasure to know you're making a positive. Yeah. You know, you're making a positive, and that's what make me feel good.
And know what you do too? You make a lot of people feel good.
Yeah.
A lot of people. Yeah. And that's important. In case you've just joined us, Emerald Gibbs is speaking about everything. I'm speaking with Fish, the mega boss, Mr. Arundel. He is the 2024 Calypso King in St. Maarten, the 6th crown so far.
6 times.
And people are just going crazy over his song. When we come back, we're going to continue right here on Speaking About Everything on Hot 99.9 FM radio, Facebook, and YouTube. Please stay with us.
We are vibrant, expressive, warm, and diverse. Together, we conquer, and now we expand into new horizons, giving you more of the best. Introducing our new Bankomatico Plus with wider acceptance, purchase protection, and enhanced security. Whether you're online, traveling, or in paradise, experience more with Windward Island Bank. Bankomatico Plus. More of the best.
My guest here on Speaking About 2024 Calypso King of St. Maarten, Fish, the mega boss, Mr. Arundel, and we're here with him on Hot 99.9 FM radio, Facebook, and YouTube. You know, it's amazing. I listen to you, and you know, a lot of people think that Calypsonians in St. Maarten are stupid. No, see, I'm telling you that the thing that I hear a lot of people say, oh, they can't write for themselves, they can't do this, they can't do that. You and others are proving them wrong. I mean, it's not true.
Nah.
And listening to you today, I've interviewed you many times before. You're a well-read person.
Yes.
And you can see the influence from your grandparents and your parents, you know, your family, which is very, very important. You dispel a lot of the stupidity in our people when it comes to Calypsonians.
We tend to neglect a lot of what we have. We look at others when they come in. You could see it where there's jobs. We talk about counterparts. We will bring somebody from one of them big European countries or from America, and we will think that they have more education than or more knowledge than what we have here. We had some people here, when you look at them, they're capable of doing the job that's there and more. But what we started to do, they're overqualified. So we start to make it look like, we got to dumb in our people. We got to make them seem that they're not credible or they're not capable of doing it. But everybody else come, we put them up on a pedestal.
Even if they're not capable.
Even if they're not capable. While they're there and we're talking about, you have to make sure that you have a counterpart from here that's going to take over in 6 to 8 months.
Right.
It's not happening. We keep bringing in a next one, and what we doing? Going around our locals and our people that have the knowledge to do the job, and then what we start to do? We start to select political cronies, put them in position that they're not capable of handling because of what? Loyalty to a party, loyalty to a politician, and that's why we are where we are today. We are where we are today. I was looking at the parliament, I think, of St. Kitts. Let's not go too far. Let's go right across the water there by St. Kitts. In that parliament, all those people in there are either a lawyer, a doctor, a magistrate, or whatever you want to call them, but they have some kind of degree to hold the functions that they're holding. Some of these people we pick up, and we call them a politician, we gonna go vote. Where you gonna go vote? Because you like him, because he come from a certain family, or he's friend with a certain set of people. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's why we are where we are today.
Exactly. You're right. You're 100% right.
We are where we are today, and I can sing the Calypsos about it because that's what the Calypso does. It enlightens you.
Yeah.
You take your money, invest it in your child to go out to study. That child should be able to come back here and find a future, find a home. Instead of that, that child is finding disappointment. You're overqualified. You need to have experience. How am I going to get experience if you don't give me the job? What am I going to do? Stand up on the side of the road. You got a lot of people here. You will see some people walk around with shoes mashed up on their foot. That person has a bigger degree than most of the politicians.
Yeah, it's true.
And I know it hurt. It hurt to see a parent put that much time in their child, but they can't do nothing to harm that child because of the love. But who's harming the child? Society. Political society.
Yeah.
That's why we're here where we're at.
Wow, I mean, I couldn't have said it better. The reason I say that because I experienced it myself.
Yeah.
By children. That's why I know what you're saying is 100% true.
I'm hearing people will come up to me, sometimes. I say, why they come in telling me these things? But then I realize, hey, because of who I am.
Yeah.
They will come in, they will tell me, I feel for them. The most I can do is sing about it and highlight it in a song and show the politicians where they've been going wrong. But some politicians don't have no soul. They don't have no soul. They don't care.
That's so true, yeah.
You look at them in their eyes, you could look in like a house, like I say, an empty house with a set of ghosts inside. And that's how they operate. Yeah. I'm hoping for the best.
You got to stay optimistic.
Yeah, I'm being optimistic. I'm not being pessimistic. I'm trying to hope for the best and say, there is going to be a change. A change is going to come. But sometimes you got to be careful also who you're looking towards to make the change. You had one individual there out there parading. He come to help St. Maarten when he need more help than St. Maarten itself. And then he's trying to talk about what he was going to do. Big man, we know who you are. Don't come tell me what you're going to do or what you was planning to do. I know what you want to do. You're trying to further your career. You're trying to further your scams, whatever it is you were pushing. You're telling me you come to help me, but you're going to tell me who to vote for. How you could help me with that? How you could help me with that?
And you had two songs.
Two songs.
We covered the first one.
Yes.
Which was the
4 tires.
Right. Now the second one.
You should have leave my name.
Boy, I don't know. That shocked a lot of people. Didn't tell you that though.
A lot of people have contacted me. I've been contacted. I mean, I talk like I got calls already for Calypso from the Twitter camera in Holiday.
Yeah?
Yeah. Directly on my phone. And when I asked her, how you get the number? Oh, you don't have to do that. We are listening to you. You're doing a very good job, Mr. Adenauer. I said, oh, thank you. You know. And this individual took it upon himself because I did a jingle for him on the Maarten. And I see my name. People send me some excerpts out of a chat saying, I take bribe. And they're having a conversation. My picture is there big and broad. And they're calling me by the name that my grandfather gave me, which is John. They say, oh, that's John. You know, they're not calling me Fish. They're not calling me Alberto. They're saying, that's John. I mean, somebody in the chat knows who I am exactly. And they got my picture up and they say, yeah, he took bribes from National Alliance. They say Williamson bribe him. This how the conversation, Williamson bribe him. Then the individual come in and say, yeah, they bought a bass fish. Tell my name wrong. They bought a bass fish. And they got Calypsonians in bed with the politicians now and whatnot. But I'm going to expose the whole thing. I got a bombshell I'm going to drop on him. Now, I saw the dude. I said to him, I'm not a politician. Why would you do something like that? That don't make sense. I'm an artist. I get hired to do a job. You got other artists singing songs younger and after them. Why am I so attractive to you? And I said, you see, there's a problem. Sometimes you should leave things alone and leave people alone. But I said, you need to understand who I am. You need to understand who I am. I have a pen. And I said, the pen that I have, it has no friends. When I pick up that pen is do what it wants, and I got to go along with it. Because I needed to write that Calypso for me. And, you know, I went to my mother. My mother gives me a lot of guidance, and I just listen to her. As old as I am, or big as I am, you're never too old to listen to your mother. And she asked me, she said, is it affecting you what he do? I said, I don't know. The man has a chat, and these are the things they do. Because what they do to you, they want to take you down. They're going to want to post something about you. Then the next one is going to repost it. And then they're going to comment on it. Then they're going to repost it. And before long, the lies become truth. In social media.
Yeah.
It don't become truth based on truth. And this is what he was doing to me. So I tell him, I say, boy, you would have been better off forgetting my name. You should have leave my name. You know, and he, oh, cuz. I said, don't do that. We're not cousins. I'm not looking for family. There's a lot of family I got that are family that I don't want, I don't need, and you're one of them. Stop telling people we're family or calling me because we're not cousins. You know, I come off of the Arundel lineage. I could point out where I come from. You get an adopted last name that's written the same like mine. It's not mine. You're not related to me. So I tell him, I said, don't do that. And I said, he come, he say, I got some lyrics there. I said, the song is finished. I don't need no lyrics.
So you're going to write your song for you then?
I don't know if he was going to write it because the man said he got an MBA and he's an award-winning songwriter. I don't know whether he wrote for Luther Vandross, Bob Marley, or any of those big bands. But he seemed to be, I say, disillusioned with a lot of things that's going on around him. You know, I think the dude honestly have some kind of mental disability.
We have a big following. I'm surprised. Some people meet me and they say, you know, I voted because of what he said. I was really surprised how some others changed. Maybe because of the time and the suffering we went through with the last government. I don't know, but for some reason, when you look at it, this guy came along, blew away BB, blew away Gromikio, even Mr. Brown.
When people are in a mode that they need help or they're desperate, like how they say, to a drowning man, a straw is a boat. Because he will hold on to that straw and think that he can stay floating to avoid drowning. That's what happened to the people here.
So you all don't speak anymore?
I don't. People like that are toxic.
Yeah. Okay.
I try to avoid any kind of conversation because it ain't gonna go anywhere with you. And I know myself.
Yeah.
I know myself. The farther you keep from me like that, the better it is for you and me.
So that was like the inspiration for the song then?
Yeah. he put himself in that area. You know, if you listen how the song was created, you know, I hear my name called. I say, oh God, not he again. I call his name. And I say, the man called my name from front to the back, sounding like a sadistic psychopath, which he was sounding like, you know. He jumped around on everybody, but you jump till you landed in a kosher tree. You know. And I expatiate further on top of him. I say, hey, this is how it's going to go. And I put the word on him, word for word. I know how to put words together.
Your pen is like a sword and a machine gun at the same time.
Exactly. You got to know how to cut 1,000 cuts to leave your enemies bleed out. And that's what I did to him. You know, he sounded like a fool making those stupid videos he just make. Oh, his son do this, his son. That's how he's good at going after people's family. Let's take a look at his family. Because there's a Damocles sword hanging over his wife's head. He must talk about that. He got one hanging over his own head. He should tell him the real reason he down in the Congo. What is he doing down in the Congo? Why he's fighting for an airline here? Who owns the airline? He don't own no airline. He can't even make a paper jet. You know. But I ain't going to stoop down to that level with him. When the time is right, the beast will expose itself. And he has done that. The same ones that he tell you vote for is the same ones that he talking about plotting revenge and he's gonna do this. He sounds very stupid and how you say unbridled the way he talks. You tell the people vote for them. The people trusted you and they did it. Now they in there now, and like all the old people say they broke loose, you can't get the harness on them. You want to turn and say that, hey, I'm going to plot revenge. What revenge you going to plot? These are big men you're dealing with. How you going to plot revenge on them? Where you going to run up to them with a paintbrush and paint across their face or tear off their shirt and then run back and you can't drive off? It sounds foolish.
You know, I was at a function and a few women were saying what they liked the part where you mentioned about two men fighting. I couldn't believe those women. They just loved it.
Yes, because when you sit down and you're watching what's going on, I mean, come on. As a man, he want a seat, but all of a sudden this man is so important that you got a politician fighting you on the next and crying like as if you lose your woman. Mm-hmm. And I was like, for God's sake, dude, have some kind of dignity. Step away from this thing. Stop embarrassing yourself. But you actually out there, oh, we had an agreement. Yeah, I'm going to take you to court. I got a contract. I got this. And you're crying. And I didn't believe at first it was a man they're talking about. I thought it was a conversation where a fella lose his woman to a next man. And then that kid was like, well, wait there. This is this young man they're talking about. So I said, the whole thing I don't understand. Both of you sound like a woman when they're fighting for man. So I was blunt with it. And again, like I said, it's a Calypso, so I know how to put it.
You didn't hear from women the same thing? A lot of women.
Oh, definitely.
Got women saying that?
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I had some people come up there and say, my God, Fish, it was well worded. It was well put together. You please us tonight.
I mean, you know, it's amazing, right? Because when you look at the lyrics, how you do it, it reminds me also of great comedians.
Yeah.
How they look at things, right? And how to put it and twist it in the context. You did the same thing with that song, basically.
I have to be able to give a story and then twist it. Comedians that you will get off on is like Dave Chappelle.
Right, yeah.
There's this other George Carlin.
Oh yeah, he's one of my favorites.
He was good. This other Paul Mooney. You know, you have to be able to tell a story, but at the same time, while you're telling that story, you have to be able to elaborate and make it humorous.
Exactly.
And give the people them a conclusion to what you're saying. And I did that. This young man think that he was terrorizing everybody. I tell him, I say, don't you understand what I am? I don't have nothing hidden that I got to be fearing you like the politician. And the politicians scared of you because they know what they did. So they don't know what you're going to pull out at them. What are you going to pull out at me? Oh, his son, the police had to come by the school for his son. He's a teenager. Teenager does foolishness. He himself has been in and out of police stations. He's been in and out of people's house, going through their window, taking up things what he did not put down. I know his whole story. I was in a village one night when this man, they had a zouk flam going on. This man is on stage with two women walking, one on each arm, telling him he's Kassav manager, Tanya Sindval and all of them who was there on the show. He's the manager of Kassav. And he, security guy said to him, big man, you got to come off the stage. And he tells the guy, I got this, you know, playing big. I turn my back, I hear, ragadam, bram, blaga. When I look around, the man upside down trying to get at the security guy, fling him up in Kassav, drum upside down.
Wow.
Yeah. Then they pick him up and toss him off of the stage. And if I'm lying, ask X-Ray, I can bring X-Ray in, and Baker on a different show. All three of us was there and we see it happen.
Wow.
When they toss him, they carry him off the stage and they know the ramp to come down the back of the stage. They fling him down. He roll because he round. He round.
You make me laugh. You know,
Yeah.
It's amazing because, you know, your Calypso is a lot of things wrapped up in one. It's history, it's commentary, it's comedy, it's everything right there in that
society.
2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, about 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's really amazing.
It's all that's affecting society. You got to be able to say it in the shortest time possible.
And you know, even 50 years from now, when people go back and listen to that, it will say more in that song than a newspaper.
Yes, yes, yes. Cause you got to be able to frame up, or you got to frame up and deliver it, and that's what I've been able to do. You know, I've seen a young man. When he talk about people, he try to put on everybody to a level below the dirt. You know, he talks about how this one look, how this one was donated by their father to their mother, and whatnot. And you're looking at the man. Check at his structure. He looks like an invertebrate. You know, it's the first time I see a turtle has the shell to the front. You know, his whole structure, and he like laying down in the bed taking these pictures with shut off and all kind of different things. Like all the old, like, you know, I got women will look at him when they see him naked and say, "Ooh." You know.
Well, Fish, you're taking a big risk with it because
I don't afraid of him. What he's gonna do? Make 8 more videos? He got nothing to come to me with. He got nothing to come to me with. He owe the devil, I don't owe the devil. You know, right now he plotting revenge on 2 people that's sitting in government. So he claimed he got them elected. I wasn't there. I did not tell nobody vote for them. If he did that, God bless him. But the thing is, you're plotting revenge. What are you going to do? Go take the position from them? Because you said you wanted to help. This is his vote. I wanted to help St. Maarten because they were supposed to make me prime minister. And I'm trying to figure out prime minister of what? Prime minister of the hooligans? Prime minister of the con artists? You know, what kind of prime minister you going to be? The country done wreck up from what we have there, and we're going to put you in to wreck it further?
Have you met anybody who said, "Boy, Fish, Mega Boss, I don't like that song. You should have made it."
No. And if they don't like it, most of them keeping it to themselves because they know better.
Oh, okay.
They know better, you know. I got no problem with nobody come tell me anything. I'm not a Calypso bully. I would not come and say, "Oh, you have no right to tell me this. I'm gonna sing on you." I don't waste time with that.
But I haven't heard any. You know, sometimes when they have Calypso competition, the day after and days after, you hear people saying, "Boy, you know, that song should never." I ain't hear that at all.
He burned a lot of bridges. People was waiting for this.
Oh, okay.
People was waiting for the. You have a lot of Calypsonians that avoid mentioning anything about him because of the character of who he is and the way he just attack people. I don't afraid of them things. He's a child to me. He's a Christian. He in Pampers yet. You know, he is showing books what he read.
But you've taken on all the big guys in some
Listen, he don't even come close to some of the people that came to attack me. You can attack me, you know.
Yeah.
But my shoulders are broad.
If I'm not mistaken, I remember one year you had a song, and even director of a big company just wanted to get rid of you.
Phone scandal.
Yeah.
Yeah, the phone scandal. You know?
Yeah.
But this guy don't know who I am. He's just assuming that what he's doing is the word of it. He has become a joke now. Everybody's watching him and laugh because it's a one style attack. When you want to attack you, oh, your wife doing this, your child doing that. I'm gonna attack your child. That's stupid. That's stupid. You go attack people, children, you can lose your life. You can lose your life by attacking a man, child, and don't even know you lose it, because when he come up on you, he's not gonna say, okay, let me change my mind, let me hold a conversation with you. You're talking about a child. You know, I've seen where he's talking, telling one of the I don't think the guy's he's a politician. I think he was on the list. You know, he's telling the guy, "I'm gonna get your son if I don't get you." You don't do that. You don't do that. You're putting yourself in harm's way. You make a threat on social media about a man's child. If that man walk up to you now and sway away, like all the old people used to say, swing you.
Right.
What are you going to do? You can't do nothing. You make that threat, and you're thinking it's like only you can do that. It don't work so, partner. It's a two-way street, and he don't understand that. I'm not afraid of him. He knows this. Why would I be afraid of him? You're the same man like me. You put on your pants one leg. I mean, you have to put them on one leg at a time because of how you're big. You got to sit down and put in one leg first, and then try to get the next leg in.
You make him
So these are the things we need to understand about him.
we all put on one leg at a time, right?
He got more problem with it. You see how he get up, like the old people say. He build funny. He make funny. He's talking about everybody else, but he build funny. You know, I'm not afraid of him.
Yeah, I tell you, I always tell people, don't mess with a Calypsonian, don't mess with a comedian, and if you got all of them in one, you're in trouble.
Yeah. I wanted to be a comedian, actually. My mother used to tell me, so why I didn't choose one? I said, man, I could do all. I can do all. And thank God I've been successful so far with it. You know, and I got to give thanks to people like you that bring me on, you know, to help me, how you say, go further. You know, I've known you for maybe like 20 years now.
Right.
And we have a relationship that I have to tell people. I've heard a lot of people say, oh, Oral Gibbs this, Oral Gibbs that. No, there's nothing wrong with Oral Gibbs. You got to give respect to get respect. And that's what we've been doing.
You know, we always admire what you're doing. We try to be as fair as possible.
Correct.
You know, I think you're at the pinnacle of your career now, and you can only compete against yourself in a way.
Exactly. I can only outdo myself now.
That makes it even more difficult, though.
I got to try best myself what I do this year. No, next year, God's spare life.
But what next for Fish the Mega Boss between say now and the next 6-8 months? Any plans?
I'm supposed to be going Anguilla for the Leeward Islands.
When's that gonna be?
That's supposed to be in August, I think.
Okay.
I think it's in August, yeah. So I'll be representing St. Maarten as the 2024 Monarch. So I've been over there already, but I'm gonna prepare myself in a way that they need to understand St. Maarten is a force to be reckoned with.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'm not going over there go play patsy or play how you say stooge with nobody. You know, you got one Calypsonian who thinks that every year when he don't get the sweetie like a child, he mouth get long and they're promising him to come back and whatnot. You know. He called my name last year. He said, "Yeah, afraid I run, I do all kind of thing. I go show him this year."
You're afraid?
I'm afraid. Why would I be afraid? You're talking about fish. Talking to the mega boss.
So
why would I be afraid?
So you're gonna be in Anguilla, and any other plans?
Whatever's coming between. I think the 25th of this month, it's going to be a Saturday. We're going to be on the French side on the waterfront. I think around 11 in the morning. The collectivity does have a show. And I think they have the final one this year. And they invited me and hired me to do it. I got to thanks Ricky the Fox. He's the one dealing with that. So he put me on the show, so I'm gonna be over there on the 25th gospel.
People can't wait to see you, boy.
Yeah.
You know, you told me something before we started the program. I was telling you about Sparrow and a comment he made at his age, right? And you told me a story about Sparrow. I think you need to share it with the audience, man.
Yeah, me and Sparrow has been friends from 11 years old. I met Sparrow in 1979. And when I met Sparrow, it was because of my father. The first time I saw Sparrow in person was 1975 in Aruba. He was writing this song called Dutch Romance. And my father was there with him with a gentleman called Ramon Sharp. And Sparrow used to come to Aruba and he would stay by Ramon Sharp, because Ramon had a big house, nice big house down Kuda Kabai by the ocean. And I could remember seeing this man with a tape recorder and a strap around him with the microphone in his hand. You remember they had those tape recorders with the cassette? Yeah. And he was singing the Dutch words, but he wasn't saying them correct. So my father's was a guitar player, and they were sitting down there with him, and he said, hold on, wait a minute. He said, go back there. So my father was pulling the cards for him. En je bent goed, weet je wat mama zegt, je hebt mijn lief. Geef me alles, geef me alle. Ik wil je goud en zilver geven, mijn schatje. Je moet me nooit te vragen, oh ja, je bent er lief, je bent er. They were helping Sparrow with that. And I could remember that it was 1974, 75. I can't remember the year I was a child. But I remember seeing him. And then me and Sparrow became friends in 1979. He sang a song called A Robot. And I was always intrigued by high-tech stuff. And he had this robot suit used to light up, and he put his hand like this. He had the button in his hand. The lights were flashing, you know. And I would tell, and when I see him, I said, I want you to get me one. He said, I got to bring you one. I got to get a robot suit for you. He never gets it for me, but we remained friends. When Sparrow come to the island, he would always stay at the Caribbean Hotel. Now, my father would tell me, he said, your boy here, you know. I said, Sparrow here? He said, yeah. Now, for me to get to town, I got to tell my father I got in the library. So he dropped me to the library. I get my library books. I put them in my bag, and I walk down to Caribbean Hotel, and I go up to the front desk. I tell the lady, I said, good morning. So she look over the desk. She said, yeah, good morning. I said, I'm here to see the mighty Sparrow. She said, okay. She picked up the phone. She called the room. Yes, sir, good morning. I have a little young man. He said, yeah. I could hear him from down the hall. That's my little friend. Send him down. Send him down. This is the Calypso king of the world. We're talking about Sparrow. I'm in awe to be around him. He never looked at me one day and say, oh, I'm tired today. I'm going to check you later or come back later. He always welcomed me. And he keep asking me the same thing. You're in school? I say, yes, sir. He said, you listen to your mother and father? I say, yes, sir. He said, don't use no drugs then. Don't use no drugs and don't follow bad friends. He said, when you see bad friends doing things, he said, you go the next way, walk away from them. And I've done it, you know. And one day I can recall, I think it was 1982 or 83, somewhere there. In Caribbean Hotel, they were going to have a Calypso show in the village. You had Crazy, you had the Lord Melody, you had Sparrow, you had Shadow.
Wow, that was a big show, man.
Yeah, you had King Obstinate there too.
What?
Yeah, King Obstinate was there. I think it had to be 84, because I think that's when Obstinate came up with Elephant Walk. And Obstinate had this big cowboy. First time I see a hat so big, that was not 10 gallon, it was all 50 gallon. And he had this elephant foot on, he's walking, and the tourist is taking pictures of him because he has a regular foot and he has this big elephant foot because of the song Elephant Walk. And while we're upstairs, they're all sitting down at the table. I'm sitting next to Sparrow because I'm his little friend. He let me sit next to him. He said, you come sit down here next to me. And they got a bottle of Coke, ice, and Sprite on the table. But while I'm there, I'm observing that when they throw in the Coke and the Sprite in the bottle, they just turn on the side and throw something else, but I can't see what it is. They had so much respect for me as a child around the table with them. they had a bottle of scotch or Hennessy or whatever it is, but they kept it on the floor.
So you never could see it.
I couldn't see it.
Yeah.
So they passed it around the table from one fella to the next fella. Nobody ever bring it up above the table. They put a cup down and they throw it because I'm a child and I'm around the table. That's how these men were trained. And that make me see things and understand things different. Now crazy now, being crazy, jump over the balcony from the second floor down into the Oranje school alley.
Yeah?
Yeah. And I standing next to Lord Melody. I'm looking like, this man jump off the second floor. And he bollock, he said, Melo, tonight is trouble in the place. We gonna mash up the Carnival village. And he take off down back street, down the alley to go down back street. And while he doing that, now hear Melody now. Yes, crazy. Yes, everything he say here, Melody. Yes, crazy. Yes. Now Melody gonna look at me and say, this boy crazy, you don't think they should lock him up? Yeah, I don't know. You know. But it was fun to be around them, and I've got to say I've been blessed to see these things and get these things because of my father. My father always tell me, he say, show respect to people. Don't disrespect nobody and don't be rude. You know. Yeah. Sometimes I had people, adults, was rude to me, and I just kept looking at them like, they have to have a reason for doing it. Maybe they don't know any better.
Yeah.
Or they're like, how you say, either going through some phase in life that I don't understand. But I've never tried to be rude back.
That's good, man. No, it's been such a pleasure having you on the program. Even went over my time, but I enjoy it so much, having you here all the time. I really want to congratulate you again, your family, for being the 2024 Calypso King with St. Maarten, and I'm sure you will want to say something to your fans before we go.
Well, again, I want to thank God first, because you always got to give thanks to the Master. I want to thank the fans for showing the overwhelming support they've shown over the years. My mother, God bless her, thank her for everything she's done for me, everything she's given me. My family at home, the children, I gotta say, my wife, my partner, everything, she's been there with me from day one. When I was getting into the Calypso, it had days she tell me, she say, you need to stop now because you're going through too much of trouble. I said, that's what I was made for, trouble. And she understand now. She understand now. So I got to give thanks for all those things that have been, given in life.
Well, again, I want to thank you, wish you much success, and Maarten is proud of you, man.
Thank you very much. Okay. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Fish, the mega boss, Mr. Alberto Arundel, here on Speaking of Everything with me today. You've been listening to us on Hot 99.9 FM radio or watching us on YouTube, Facebook. See you next time. Take care. Bye.